EastEnders spoilers. Furious Mick uncovers the truth about Stuart. Stuart's mind games imploded tonight on EastEnders, after Mick found out that Stuart was behind Tina's ordeal. Linda found Mick sitting in the dark after he'd spent the whole night out. She realized he'd overheard her conversation with Tina. Mick had been turning the whole story around in his mind but couldn't bring himself to believe that Stuart had tortured his sister. Linda is irritated at Mick for doubting Tina's word. She told him that she'd looked into Tina's eyes and believed her. Linda urged Mick to ask Stuart directly if he'd been the attacker. Mick met Stuart for a coffee but lost his nerve. As Stuart chattered on about the ways they could track down Tina's attacker, Mick became quieter. Stuart pointed out that the attacker could have been any member of the various football teams around on the night of the attack. Mick seemed convinced by his friend. Back at the pub, Linda admitted to Tina that Mick had overheard their conversation. Tina was dejected when she realized that her brother didn't believe her. But then the women heard Mick rooting around in the attic. He'd found Tina's diary. Mick sat Tina down and urged her to think over the night of the attack. He recalled the kit the team was wearing for the game, and Tina remembered that her attacker was still in his kit when she was put into the boot of the car. For a second Mick groaned in relief when Tina remembered the number on the back of the attacker's shirt, a number 9. The shirt belonged to the other Mick on the team. But the relief was short-lived as Mick remembered that the boy in question hadn't played in the game. He'd broken his hand, so the position had been filled by none other than Stuart. Will Mick seek revenge? And will Tina forgive him for doubting her word? The new revelations will pit the Carters against Stuart, but the family may be in danger as Stuart's behavior spirals out of control.